When I took my first view of a cricket out of a picture book and under a microscope, I was horrified. I said, this is a cricket? This has to carry the picture? All one-colored with all these spikes and hairy things sticking out of all these appendages? And I said, well, let's see. We could do what we do on a lot of characters. We can humanize them. And so I tried a cricket. If you trained him to stand up, for instance, he would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, arms and elbows, 2 legs. He still was repulsive. And then I decided to look at the old grasshopper and the ant picture that we had done a few years before. And I noticed that they stuck pretty close to a caricature of a grasshopper. They had the spikes on the legs, and they had this long appendage that comes down the back end of his body, and of course his feathers turned out to be coattail, but that was a character you could live with. So I took the grasshopper as sort of a foundation, and I made my first drawing of the cricket. He wasn't as tall, but he still had those funny legs that attached to the body and had the little pile of tires for a stomach and the sawtooth legs. And we added the umbrella. And bear in mind, every time I would draw a version where I'd show it to the other animators, they said, well, I think it needs more of this. Oh, I think it needs more of this. I'd never gone through that before. And they said, well, Walt likes this, or Walt likes that. And so I decided, well, let's eliminate the saw-teeth legs, and let's make him a little shorter, and don't try to get that funny nose that the grasshopper has. And that's when I decided that from these, I will make him to look much the way he looked in the picture at that stage of the character development.
Arise, Sir Jiminy Cricket.
Well.
But you know, he's a cricket because we called him a cricket.
Say, that's pretty swell.
So I started with a real cricket and ended up with what we call Jiminy Cricket.